Sorry, I'm going to have to leave earlier, but I just really have one question for as many people who really want to speak to the issue. Mr. Redeker, you basically were talking about what I was trying to make, the point I was trying to make with the earlier panel is, as much as we would all love to see positive train control fully implemented and saving lives, the investment in that has a cost, and that cost is investment in other areas of safety. And my other concern, and again, I want whoever wants to weigh in this, give it that opportunity. There seem to be challenges technologically, whether it's even possible. There's challenges in terms of whether spectrum is going to be made available. So I would just like, starting with you, Mr. Redeker, to speak to that point. And I mean, is this even possible? And is Congress trying to force something that it just simply can't be done?
So I'd like to point out that Connecticut's capital program identifies PTC as a priority. But I think the timeframes are unrealistic in terms of being able to achieve them. It also should note that on the New Haven, Hartford, Springfield high-speed intercity corridor route, that project includes the installation of a new signal system and positive train control, which frankly would have been borne by Amtrak if it wasn't being borne by the state of Connecticut in that corridor. But we have, as a result, had to spread out some of our other investments for state of good repair projects or capacity expansion projects over a longer period of time. So it's a trade-off that we've made of deferring some additional investments, be it for capacity or for state of good repair, with the priority being PTC. And we are partnering with Metro-North because we're part of their overall system and actually being part of the first pilot segment for the Metro-North system. So Connecticut's leading in that. So we're committed to safety. We've made some trade-offs in timing for other projects. And we're frankly struggling with all the issues everyone else is struggling with in terms of spectrum and radios and integration and cost.
Ms. Waters.
Yes, I'd like to speak specifically to a few of our member railroads and what they're doing and what their challenges are. The Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, or SEPTA, operates commuter rail as well as other transit modes in the Philadelphia region. SEPTA is one that is anticipating to meet the target. They have set that as a priority. You may have read recently, early this week, they are putting a bridge out of service probably next month. That is because in order to spend, they have already spent $130 million to stay on track to meet the 2015 deadline. Much more expenditures to come between now and then. But to get there, they had to defer their bridge replacement program. And so there is a bridge over the Schuylkill where trains will not be running most likely next month. And that means that the service on that line will be disrupted for some indeterminable amount of time with alternate bus transportation. And most of us know that compared to the travel times between the bus and the rail, that those customers will be back in their single occupancy vehicle on the highways. We have another member, we spoke, I think Ms. Hirschman spoke about Alaska Railroad being one that expected to be on time, and they certainly do and are continuing to work aggressively to meet the deadline. They are having significant challenges with the spectrum. In fact, they are having an interesting challenge in that apparently they are negotiating with PTC 220, and they cannot obtain or afford the insurance that is required. Hopefully they will be able to work through that, but that is potential delay nonetheless for one railroad that is committed and expecting to be on time. We have a small Northwestern commuter railroad that about a year ago essentially went on record to say if they just do not have the funds. It's a small operation, about 30 trains a day, pretty much only in the AM and PM peak. They operate on a short line railroad with very light freight traffic. They said if we just simply cannot afford to do this, and their alternatives are, one, to reduce their service by about 2/3, to come under the threshold required for PTC, which I believe is 12 trains a day, or to simply on December 31st, 2015, to discontinue service.
Okay, thank you. So they're real costs. Mr. Hammergren, very quickly, I'm
Yes.
time.
Thank you, Senator Johnson. And let me just say, before I answer the question, I want to get it on the record, we are not seeking repeal of this mandate. We have $3 billion into it. We've got too much work into it, and this is a decision from the CEO levels on down. We are committed to getting this done. We need more time to do it. If we were back in 2008 and you said, how could you spend $10 billion to improve safety? PTC would be part of the mix, but it would be more of the roadside detectors, more of the capital projects and maintenance projects that I referenced. We have a safe railroad, but the list of projects is never ending, and so we would be spending even more money on the basic blocking and tackling along with some of these other technologies.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Mr. Chairman, for your indulgence.
Thank you very much.